Hi.
Hello.
Howdy.
And welcome back to Talking with Kitties. She is girlfriend.
He is boyfriend.
And
this is us.
This is us. Yay.
Yay.
Not to be confused with the TV show This Is Us. There should be significantly less crying with ours, I would hope.
I've never seen This Is Us, and I don't know anything about... Oh, that This Is Us. No, there's another show that's somewhat like
Last of Us.
Last of Us. That's the one I was thinking. No, This Is Us is wonderful, and there will not be as much crying.
That's a good thing, I think.
Yes.
Wait.
What?
What's going on?
Hi.
Hi.
Your boyfriend.
Yes.
And we're recording our podcast.
Okay.
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 We on the same page now?
I don't know.
All right.
Are we even in the same book?
No. We've never been on the same book.
We overslept so hard today and yesterday.
It was magical.
It was something. But both days were dumb because we were both days we were up at like 5:30 because somebody that will not be named was screaming his stupid head off.
Oh, I thought you were going to blame me because I peed.
From 5:30 to like 7.
He started at 4:14 this morning.
They didn't wake me up to that.
Yeah, he started at 4:14. I heard him and I looked over like, wow, is it already 6?
Nope.
No, it was
the worst.
4 a.m.
So he wakes us up and then we just go, ugh. And then he finally stops and then we fall back asleep. And then we wake back up at 10:30 and I'm like, oh, we've lost the entire day.
It wasn't 10:30.
The entire day is over.
It was like 5 till 10.
That's
we didn't
the
we didn't
thing.
technically get out of bed until 10:30 though, because we went down and fed cats and started coffee and then curled up back in bed until the coffee was ready.
It's true. There's no point in getting out of bed if coffee's not ready yet.
No. And as you can tell, folks, we can't set the timer on it to go off because we don't know when we're going to get up.
Yeah. So you've got to do what you got to do.
Yerp.
But yeah, lots of oversleep in the past couple of days. So that's been...
You obviously needed it.
Obviously.
I did join the gym.
She did join the gym. You went Thursday?
I went Thursday. That's it. Well, because my plan is to go Monday through Thursday.
Okay,
because those are the
so
days
you went
we
on
work.
Thursday, yes.
So I went on Thursday, and then I'm going to go tomorrow. I'm going to not push myself as hard as I did.
Okay.
At first, I'm like, all right, I'm going to walk like a 10-minute mile. No. Not when you're not used to walking because my feet hurt, my knees hurt, like I'm still in pain. So I'm just going to go at a leisurely pace, and then as that gets too easy, I feel like I'll bump it up.
Just go at a medium pace?
Yes, at a medium pace. If you know, you know.
Yep. I did not join the gym.
Nope.
Because I didn't.
Yep. That's exactly why, because you didn't.
I thought she was playing the long game on me on Wednesday. I accused her too because Wednesday morning she had a headache Wednesday night. She had trouble sleeping, so she woke up
really bad.
Woke up Wednesday morning and she's like, my head hurts and I'm really tired. I'm just going to stay in bed here for a little bit longer. Is that okay? I was like, yeah, that's fine. So then I had to leave for work and I had to go down over the hill. So that way, whenever I come back from work, I'd be parking down over the hill to leave her room to come in. I got home before her on Wednesday because Wednesday you had the super late night. So whenever I got home, she was still here. So I had to park down below so she could get the Jeep out for her to go to work that afternoon. So that means that she wouldn't have to let me out Thursday morning, which was her plan.
Yes.
She's like, oh, I'll have to let you out in the mornings and I'll just go to the gym. And I was like, did you do all this so you wouldn't have to let me out on Thursday?
That's like super manipulative. And I would not do that.
Well,
no, I had a terrible headache that day and ended up sleeping 13 and a half hours.
That's a lot of hours. There's been a lot of sleep this week.
Yeah. But it hurt so bad. I haven't had a headache like that in a while.
I'm just
rough.
saying after last week's recording and mood and everything, maybe we were just really tired.
That really could be it.
Maybe we just needed to catch up on some sleep. I'm feeling significantly better this weekend.
I'm still feeling a little sleepy, but
I mean, I'm feeling,
I'm feeling significantly better and more.
Maybe we just needed some sleep.
Maybe we just needed some sleep. Yeah. So there's a gizzard in the window.
There's a gizzard in the window. It's beautiful sunny day today, so all the kitties are in all the windows.
Finnegan is sprawled out in front of the door where the light's coming through the door, and he's like all sprawled out. Like he's the longest of long Finnegans.
Yes.
And he is a very happy boy.
Gizzard was sprawled out in the front room, and she has come down here to keep an eye on you.
Yes.
In her bedroom.
Yeah, she's like,
Bubs was sprawled out, but then he curled up on the chair because
he's Bubs.
And he's curled up on my chair because we were sitting in the front room last night, so now it smells like my butt.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Yay, dad butt.
Woo.
That was a really nice time.
It was.
Last night we decided we had been laying on the couch and playing games, and he's like, why don't we go into the front room and light the fire and sit and listen to music and still continue to play our games? So we did, and it was wonderful.
It was pretty nice.
It was very nice.
I think what I said was we should make some tea, go into the front room, listen to music, and play some games. And you were like, fuck off with your tea, you piece of shit.
I didn't say that.
And then you hit me.
I did already have a drink I was drinking, so I did not need a tea.
Why isn't the fire started already?
But if I did...
And then you hit me again.
Wow.
It was a rough night. But it got better.
You really make me out to be such a jerk.
Hell, I just call it how I see it.
Oh, you. Okay, then.
What?
You're a liar on top of everything.
Whoa. We're going to have to flick
What
Gizzard
would
in the face
you do
again.
if I actually started treating you the way that you tell everybody I treat you?
I mean, I'd be used to it because you've been doing it for years.
All right. Well, next week's podcast will just feature me because he won't be here anymore.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You'll find out.
Oh. So indeed. So speaking of games, this weekend I have tried 2 games.
Yes.
One game was a fairly modern game.
Very modern game. Didn't it just come out?
It's not even out yet. It's technically early
really?
access still. Yeah.
Oh.
And your brother and his friends have been playing it and been really enjoying it and been trying to talk me into it. So I finally gave in and got it and played it and refunded it because it's terrible.
And it's funny that you bought it because you
I
had shown me, he had told me about it and he's like, let me show you these games and tell me if you think that I'd be interested in them. I'm like, all right. So he's like, these are the 2 games your brother's really looking forward to. And I watched, it wasn't a trailer for them. It was like somebody doing like a miniature gameplay on YouTube. And I went, no, those don't look anything like you would be interested in. And he's like, yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm not doing it. And then the other day he's like, so I've been thinking, I think I'm going to get this one game. And I'm like, why? And he's like, I don't know. I'm talking myself into it. I'm like, all right. Maybe you'll like it, I guess.
I didn't.
He did not.
The part that's interesting to me, looking back at it, is the entire time I was playing it, I was thinking of another game.
The game that we discussed?
No.
Oh.
I was thinking of another game that we had played a while back and quit playing because it was janky and how much better that game was than the one I was currently playing.
Wow.
That should have been a sign. I think it was a sign. So, yeah, I got a refund. I was about it because Steam's refund policy is 2 hours on games. You have to have played them less than 2 hours. I was like 2.5 hours, but they let it go through, so I got the refund on it. And
well, you said Steam's pretty good because they actually
really
even
good.
said
They're
even
really
if
good.
you're past the time frame,
just try anyways.
Try anyway because they'll actually like research it and see if.
Yeah.
I mean, and it was obvious that you had played it and then stopped playing, so that was really cool of them.
And then.
Did you buy the other game or you already had it installed?
I already had it.
Okay.
Like I said, the first game that we're talking about is new. The other game...
Why are we not saying the name of it?
I don't know.
Okay.
You can say it.
No, it doesn't matter. I just wasn't sure if there was a reason why we weren't saying the name of it.
The other game... Well, the game we're talking about is Enshrouded.
Yeah.
I don't know why we weren't saying the name
I don't either, but I didn't remember the name, so I couldn't say it.
Yeah, we're talking about Enshrouded. It's marketed as a co-op multiplayer game.
But the co-op
Wait. It's labeled as a co-op survival game.
There you go.
But the co-op is broken because all of the progression is saved per server. So if you got one guy that's just pushing the story and nobody else is around, then whenever everybody else logs in, everything's already completed.
Wait.
Yeah, it's real broken.
So it says that they completed the act, but they get nothing for doing it.
Exactly, yes.
Damn.
Very broken.
They don't get like the knowledge. It's not knowledge,
none of it.
but they get nothing.
Nothing.
It's just like you can't go back and do it because the quest is done.
And they don't get any of the rewards. They don't get anything for it.
Oh my God.
It's really broken.
But it's supposed to be...
It's supposed to be a co-op survival game.
That is pathetic.
And it's supposed to be a survival game, but there wasn't much to survive. The biggest difficulty I faced playing the game was gravity. The only thing that killed me...
That doesn't surprise me at all. You have trouble with that in all of your games.
The only thing that killed me was fall damage trying to jump from one part of a bridge to another one. But here's the kicker.
Sorry, I'm not done giggling yet. Okay.
So the obvious comparison has been Valheim.
Yes, absolutely.
And with Valheim, if you die, this is hard to explain because I don't really know. So in Valheim, if you die, you have to go back and get your corpse. Your corpse has all your stuff.
Because your corpse has all of your things that you were carrying. So you essentially, when you wake up after being dead, you wake up at like your hut, like your home, and then you have to travel back to your body, and you don't have any of your armor, any of your clothes. Like you're literally like running almost completely naked.
You're naked.
Finding
it's
everything.
A naked road. If you take damage from fall damage, like say you're on a cliff, you fall off the cliff, you die at the bottom of the cliff, your corpse is at the bottom of the cliff where you died.
Okay.
And Enshrouded, if I was on the bridge, I couldn't figure out how to get off the bridge. I tried to jump off the bridge. I hit the ground and died. My body was at the top of the bridge.
Oh.
So I had to go back.
See, I feel like that's easier though. Or were you on the other side of the bridge?
The reason I jumped down was that I couldn't figure out how to get off of that section of the bridge.
Oh.
So I had to go back to that section of the bridge to get all my stuff, which actually, it's not even all my stuff. It just like randomly selects stuff out of your inventory to be in your corpse. It's just
That's weird.
It's real weird. It's real weird. So
did you figure out how to get off of that side of the
No,
person?
I left it.
Oh, you just said screw it.
I tried
and
3 times and couldn't figure it out and just gave up.
Wow.
And then
that's pretty bad.
Yeah. And then I was like, all right, everybody says about the building. The building's so great. And oh my God, it was so janky. It was so incredibly janky. I was fighting the controls more than anything. It was unintuitive and just weird. And I hated it. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad game.
It's just a bad game for you.
This is not a good fit for me.
It's not a good fit.
No, because I know a lot of people that are really enjoying it. But it is absolutely, I did not enjoy any part of my 2.5 hours with it.
Well, I watched you. No, I didn't watch you play it. I've seen you play Valheim because you had posted videos of you playing on YouTube, and I knew you had been playing with the boys at one point or another. That game had a lot of random stuff you could do. Now, I might be wrong. Is Valheim, are the worlds just randomly generated, or are they...
Semi-random, yes.
Okay, because I know Enshrouded is not. It's like...
a set world.
It's a set world, that's what you get. Yep. Okay, so I watched you play bits and pieces of Valheim, and just like the different things you could do, and the different things you ran into, and how you built things, and what you did, and like the graphics in the game. Like, it was a beautiful game. Like, I enjoyed just watching you play because it was beautiful.
And it was just old pixel art graphics. Yeah. They were just amazing.
And you played... I didn't watch you play Enshrouded, but I watched the guy on YouTube before you bought it. And I'm like, this just looks like a cheaper version of...
like a generic version.
Like a generic version of Valheim. I don't understand why they would jump from Valheim, which everybody seemed to really enjoy, and then all of a sudden they were like, nope, new and good. Like they're always like the new
is always better.
Yeah. And then go to this game, and it's like, but Valheim had so much more to offer. Again, just our opinions, and I have never played either. So, well, I played Valheim for 15 minutes.
Valheim's been around for a couple years too, so...
They've worked out all the bugs. They've worked out...
Well, I just mean that people have played it.
Okay.
Even though it has more to offer, people have been playing it for a couple of years now, so they've played everything that's to offer.
But it's like the same thing. I don't understand why. Be creative and new and come up with a new thing. It's so stupid. Like the other game that he wants to play that's just a ripoff of... My brain just went, nope.
You're talking about the Pokemon game?
Yes.
Pokemon. It's not.
It's just a ripoff of Pokemon.
No, it's a ripoff of like 5 different games that are all like smushed together.
But I know Pokemon, so it's not a ripoff of Pokemon, because Pokemon, you just collect them. They don't actually do work for you, I don't think. But it's like...
I don't think so. They just fight.
All these things are just ripoffs of other games. Yep. Like, be creative and come up with your own new gaming system.
No, nobody likes
not
that.
system.
Nobody wants that.
I do.
I know everybody wants that, but that doesn't...
But it doesn't sell.
Money.
It's not guaranteed money. These are, because people are like, oh, it's just like this. Granted.
And then we're going to be screwed
Pokemon Pretend one looks really cute just because the Pokemons are not Pokemons are really cute.
That game has sold tens of millions of copies in like a week. Like, they have sold a ridiculous amount of copies of this game, so that we're screwed. They sold ridiculous amounts of money, and now everybody's going to copycat that.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to copycat the copycat.
And like I said, the game looks adorable. Like, when we watched it, I'm like, this looks really cute. It looks boring as hell, but it looks really cute. Like, I was like, oh, look at the little animals. They're so cute. I wouldn't want to play it, but that's not my play style either.
There's so much random shit just running around and doing stuff and stuff happening. The chaos kind of appealed to me, but yeah.
Well, and that was another thing. Like, you showed me both games, and you're like, both of these are the games that the boys want to play. Neither one really catches me, like makes me think I want to play them. Yeah. And of the two, I would have thought you would have gone with that game over the Enshrouded game.
I don't know why.
Because it just... You like chaos, you like things that are just ridiculous, and that one, and it was cute. So it was like, and then you went with Enshrouded, which surprised me. You even said, this just looks like a generic version of Valheim. And I'm like, it really does. And then you're like, I'm going to get it.
The interesting thing with Enshrouded, I couldn't watch an entire review on it, because I would get fucking bored of watching the review.
You thought you'd want to play it?
I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense.
I cannot justify it.
No, you really can't. Like, I've tried to get you to explain it to me, and you can't.
It was 100% FOMO. I was like, what am I missing here? Because a lot of people are liking it, a lot of people are talking about it. I was like, what am I missing? What am I missing? I should just play it and find out what I'm missing.
I totally get that.
I don't think I was missing much. If whatever I was missing, I'm still missing after playing it. So I don't know what it is.
Well, I had FOMO too.
It was not fun. It was janky controls, and it was way too easy. What was your FOMO?
So I had FOMO because I really enjoy reading, and I have been on the Book Talk and YouTube book, whatever, I don't know what they call that, BookTube. So I've been watching a lot of reviews for books and people doing like their end of the year reviews and like rating their books and everything. And for whatever reason, BookTube and Book Talk are very into smut and things lately, which is not usually the genre that I go for. Like, I don't mind romance, but like smut's just kind of weird. I mean, it's not weird. For each their own. You can read whatever you want, but it's not usually a genre that
It's not your thing.
It's not really my thing. But I'm like, I mean, these people are going crazy over certain series, and I'm like, all right, I have to know what I'm like. There are 2 series that have been huge, and I'm like, what am I missing? And I think these 2 series are actually not smut, but there were a couple books that I've been like, maybe I'll read the smut books. But these one of them is like a fantasy romance, which I hate.
You don't like fantasy?
I hate fantasy. I do read romances
because
romances are like short and quick and they're cute and like.
But you don't like your typical romance.
No, I like romantic comedy books that are like a romantic comedy movie, like a rom-com.
Yeah, rom-com.
They make them now in like books, and I like those. They're fun. They're quick. They're easy. They make you go, oh, that's adorable, and then it's done and it's cute. It's not raunchy. It's not whatever. It's not fantasy. So I chose not to go the fantasy route first. I thought, okay, I'll try this other series. I bought it in a bundle, so I got all 4 books for my Kindle. I opened it up and read 2 chapters the other day and went, oh my God, I can't read this. It felt like it was poorly written to me. It was written as if like they're high society, like they're very rich, they're very posh. I think they're in England, so like they're posh, they're rich, they're whatever. And it's talking about like she's looking down at other people because of the clothes that they're wearing, and like they're wearing like all these expensive brands that they mention in the book, and I don't even know the brands. I had to look them up to see what they were. And I'm like, this is not something that I'm even remotely interested in. I'm just going to stick to... But it's hard because I wanted to find books that I could read and then watch other people's reactions to. Yeah. But I don't read the mainstream, at least not mainstream books that are on BookTube and Book Talk right now. And it kind of makes me sad because I would like to, but I'm not going to waste my money and waste my time reading
crappy books.
Books that I'm literally... Because I won't get through them.
Life's too short and there's too many books to waste your time reading shitty books. I used to slog myself. That's not what. I used to drag myself through shitty books just to be like, I got to complete this because I started it. But that falls back on the whole sunk cost fallacy. It's like just because you've spent 2 hours reading a shitty book doesn't mean you have to spend another 2 hours finishing a shitty book. If it's a shitty book, just be like, no, I'm done.
Yeah.
I started doing that more with like video games and stuff too. If I start playing a video game, it's just if it doesn't catch my attention, it's just no.
So we both got refunds on our FOMO because today I was like, I wonder if I can return these to Amazon because they were not at all what I thought they were going to be. And they let me. And I was really happy about that because now I don't have shitty books on my Kindle and feel guilty about buying that I'll never ever read. Yeah. When I have 5 books upstairs that I actually want to read, but I wanted to buy something for my Kindle because I just updated my Kindle with my little, I got a case for it and I put a really cute sticker on the back of it. And then I got a little pop socket that says reads a lotl and it's like an axolotl and it's so cute. And I wanted to use it, but I'm just going to read the books that I have first and then
I gave up on trying to find time to read. I need to get back into it. Whenever I was doing that thing, for a while there, my one job, I would take half an hour every morning and read. I set aside half an hour. I was burning through books so fast. It was ridiculous. And then I fell off that schedule and never got back into it. But yeah, I was burning through books.
We should start doing that like as a way to like wind down at night.
Maybe.
I mean, you'll be still reading on an electronic device, most likely, but just help us wind down. Like sit, have a cup of tea, sit in the front room and just read for like a half hour before we get ready for bed. Then we both get to read. Although I'd want it to be an hour because I love to read.
That's the thing. We got to set it. An hour is too much to put. That was the thing. Because I tried doing an hour was too much. I just start cutting into everything. Half hour was perfect. It was frustrating at times, but it was perfect.
I'm terrible when I'm instant gratification. When I start a book, I want to finish it right away. Like I need to know what happens.
You start a book, it's like, all right, I don't have a girlfriend for the next 2 to 3 days.
Yeah, because I'm like, I'm just going to read my book.
But on the other side of that, and on the other side of all the FOMO, the other game that I did start playing this week, so there was a group of randos on the internet that started using the hashtag video game club this year, I guess. And they're doing like a monthly, I don't know if it's going to be a monthly retro game or just a monthly game. I'm not sure what the deal is, but I just found out about them and they're doing a game called Golden Sun, which came out for the Game Boy Advance in 2000 or 2001.
Wow.
I had never heard of this game. I checked, it was in the game package, it's on my Mii Mini, and I was like, oh, I have it, I might as well try it. You were at the hockey game that night. So I started playing it, and then you came home, and then you started shutting off lights and making coffee to get me to go to bed because I just could not put it down.
Well, because I was like, and you don't usually you're the one that's like, trying to get me to go. But I was like, boyfriend, whenever you're ready, we'll go to bed. And you're like, okay. And then I waited another half hour, and I'm like, whenever you're ready, babe. And you're like, okay. And finally I went, nope. All right, I'm going to go, because I stood up and went into the kitchen, and you're like, what are you doing? I'm prepping coffee and getting ready for bed because I'm tired. And you're like, oh yeah. Like you completely forgot.
Yeah, totally. It's an old turn-based RPG.
Okay.
That I'd never heard about. Like I said, I've never heard about this game. Yeah, so that was Friday night. I played it. And then last night again, I played it like 5 or 6 hours last night.
Yeah, because you played it while we were sitting in the front room.
So yeah, that's the other end of the... I missed out on that game for 2 decades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So internet wins sometimes.
So all kinds of interesting things. But yeah, that's been a lot of... Like I said, just old tournament, but it's got a good story. So that night, I was in a dungeon. I was trying to get through the dungeon, and kept taking me a while to get through the dungeon. So yeah.
So I went to another hockey game on Friday with my parents. I had a much better experience this time because we sat near a child with his grandparents. I couldn't tell you how old he was. I haven't had so much fun watching a kid. So they play music a lot in the midst of hockey games, like in between like calls and things. Like they'll play music to get people like hyped up and ready to go. And this little boy was just dancing his heart out every time. And at one point they had gotten him dinner. So he had like a chicken tender in his hand.
Nice.
And then they were playing a song, and he was like doing the disco moves, holding his chicken and like rocking out with his chicken. And I looked at mom and went, he is my spirit animal. He is so happy dancing with his chicken. And like at one point, his grandmother like looked over at us, and we're like, he is the cutest little boy in the entire universe. And she's like, oh, he's so ornery. And we're like, but he is so cute.
That's how he gets away with it.
So then every time like he would start dancing and acting silly, his grandma would like roll her eyes at him, and then she'd look over at us, and we'd be just staring at him giggling, and she'd just grin. It was really cute because he wasn't doing it to like show off to make us like, he had no clue we were watching. He was just having himself a blast.
He was dancing like no one was watching.
He was so cute. It was the cutest thing ever. He was adorable. He was so happy just dancing with his chicken.
Sometimes you just gotta dance with a chicken nugget.
You just gotta dance with your chicken. It was so cute. He was adorable. Oh, he cracked me up.
Less sweary, I would assume.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
That's good.
So the mascot for the hockey team is Chopper. He's like a bird. I don't know.
Okay.
He ran down to meet Chopper, and then music started playing. So then him and Chopper started dancing. It was so cute. Sorry. Enough about the little boy, but he was adorable. It was such a better experience.
I'm sure. It sounds
and
like a
I think
better
the grandma yelled shit once because of a bad play or something. And then she looked over and went, oh, I'm so sorry. And we like, no, it's fine. Like,
potty mouth old people.
I probably yelled worse than that.
I'm sure you did, grandma girlfriend.
It was a dang good game though.
Yeah. He said it was a good game.
There were 2 minutes left in the game, and we were up 6-0, and they let the other team score. And it was really sad because we would have had a shutout. But it was still an amazing game. But there was lots of fighting, like lots of like, their team was being shifty. So I wish I would have known how last night's game turned out, because it was probably a good one too. Because one of our players actually got hurt real bad.
Yeah, you guys have been talking about going to last night.
We really thought about going just because we wanted to see how it played out. Remind me to look it up after we're done recording if they want to know.
Remind me to remind you.
Okay. My heart is broken. My, female 27, fiance, male 30, is having an emotional affair. I'm so sorry for the long text and possible spelling errors. Please give me some advice. We've been in a relationship since November 2018, engaged since October 2023. He was diagnosed with depression last year in February and did inpatient treatment for 10 weeks recently. He's been back home since the Wednesday before last. Not gonna lie, it's been a tough year, but I was really hopeful that he'll get better thanks to therapy. Yesterday, he went to the city the clinic is in because he wanted to hang out with the people he met there. Okay, not a big deal. I appreciate that they may be able to help him through this, but when he came back home after spending 6 hours there, something just felt off. I asked him if everything was okay, and he assured me that all was good, but I couldn't shake the feeling and did what I never wanted to do. I looked at his phone while he was in the bathroom. I only saw one message, but my alarm bells went off instantly. He went out with friends last night and only came home today around 4 a.m. I've been awake since 5 a.m. and looked at his phone again, hoping I just misunderstood the original message I had seen earlier, but it actually got much worse. To make a long story short, he met a girl in therapy and visited her yesterday. They spent the entire day together. Nothing physical happened, but he's definitely emotionally cheating. He literally texted her when he was assuming, I'm guessing it's supposed to be, I was drunk, but that's not an excuse. I should have kissed you when I had the chance. He also texted her last night that he misses her and would rather hold her in his arms falling asleep. I'm absolutely heartbroken. I love this man so much and went through so much together. We're engaged. How can he do this to me? I cannot confront him because I'm a complete mess right now. I already booked an appointment for couples therapy next Saturday. I always thought if this would happen to me, I'd instantly break up with my partner, but I just can't. I don't want to give up on him. What should I do?
I mean, you have to confront him. You have to.
Well, she does, but at the same time, she did break his confidence by checking on his phone. I'm totally against going through people's personal stuff, but sometimes you just know, like in the back of your mind, that somebody's lying to you, which she did.
What's she going to do with couples counseling if she doesn't confront him about it?
If she can't confront him about it. No, that's right. Because she's not going to be able to be like, well, I just feel like, no,
I just feel like we should go to couples counseling. No, confront him.
It sounds like he's not in the relationship anymore. I mean, if he's already telling someone that it's not just emotional at this point. If he's
it's still emotional. He hasn't actually done it. If he hasn't actually done anything physical, it's still emotional.
But he obviously wants it to become physical because he says he wishes he would have kissed her when he had the chance and he would want to sleep with her in his arms. So there's only a short amount of time until that's going to happen.
Yeah, but it hasn't happened.
No,
so
it's still emotional.
That's the whole emotional side of everything. To me, that is like the definition of emotional.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah.
Wanting to, but not doing it.
But you're still cheating on your significant other because you are talking to somebody and telling them that you wish that you were with them and not the one you're with.
You have to confront them. There's no other way around it. You have to talk to him. You have to do something.
Yeah.
The word confront can be scary, but you have to talk to him. You have to bring it up. You have to say something. What else are you going to do? I mean, there's no other solution. Talk to him. Why do I feel like 90% of these are going to be like, talk to him, talk to her, talk to them, talk to people. Just talk to people.
Yeah, that's true.
Talk.
Considering ending my 28 male relationship with my fiance, 28 female, over a dead bedroom. We've been together for 7 years, engaged for 1. A couple of years ago, my partner stopped taking her birth control pills because it was giving her bad migraines. I was fully supportive of her decision, but at the time we agreed that we would look into trying different birth control pills that worked better for her. She was unwilling to try other birth control options, and although I was open to it, we both agreed a vasectomy wasn't a good idea given our uncertainty about having children. However, we did agree to use condoms until she found another pill that worked. 2 years later, our sex life is pretty much on its deathbed. She has made very little effort to actually try out new birth control pills and has now been virtually not interested in sex at all. We have sex probably once every 2 months and only when I initiate it. I get rejected about 75% of the time, and the times where I'm successful, it usually ends up being at a scheduled time and day, which really kills the passion. Of course, the condoms don't help with keeping the love alive either. I've expressed to her before that a healthy sex life is important to me in a relationship and that our current way of operating is not something I want to marry into. When I proposed, I was convinced things were going to get better, but now I'm not so sure. We've had a few conversations about it over the last 2 years, and she always promises to do something about the issue, but there's truthfully so little in the way of progress from her side. When I bring it up, she gets annoyed at me. I've asked if it's something I'm doing wrong or something I'm not doing enough of, but she insists it's not. She just says that although she enjoys having sex at the time, she's just not interested in it right now. I'm at a point now where I'm not even sure I care to try anymore. It breaks my heart because I love her and almost everything else about our relationship is great. I feel so lost and I don't know how to proceed. What should I do?
He's going to have to accept that they're incompatible in that aspect of their relationship and figure out how important that aspect is to him in comparison to everything else. If everything else is as good as he says it is, and that's the only one downside, I mean, that's a personal call that he's going to have to make. And it sounds like he has actually. I know I just made the crack about, he's talked to about it. It sounds like he has talked to her. She's reassured him and is not.
And she's told him flat out, like, it's not really you. I'm just not interested really in sex. I don't blame her for not wanting to get on birth control pills. Those things
I don't either.
mess with you.
But she should be upfront about it.
But it sounds like she did. She told him that she told him that she's just not interested in sex.
That's a completely different conversation. Not being interested in birth control pills because of the side effects.
Okay, well that doesn't.
And not being interested in sex are two completely different conversations.
Well, yeah, but I mean, she's already told him she's not interested in sex, so why would she get birth control pills if she's not interested in sex?
It's still beside the point.
No, but I'm just saying, I'm just going back to the whole birth control thing. Birth control pills suck. I don't blame her for not wanting to do that. They're terrible, and they wreak havoc on your body.
Yeah, absolutely they do. Absolutely they can.
Yeah.
But just like anything else. I mean, the trial and error to find something that works well for her isn't worth the effort for her, obviously. There's nothing pro or con for that. It's just obviously not worth the effort to her to try to find it for whatever reason. So that's her decision.
Yeah.
And
he needs to decide if he can live with that decision or not.
Yeah.
And if he can't,
then... it's not even the main point of the whole thing. I don't see where you're finding the correlation between the two, because she hasn't been using birth control. They've been using condoms.
And she's not interested in sex.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that really has not... I was just randomly saying how much birth control pills suck. I'm not saying that that's the issue. The issue is she's not interested in having sex and he is.
Yeah.
If he wants to know what to do, he needs to decide
what he wants to, how important
she's
it is.
Worth... Yeah, is sex more important to you than everything else in the relationship you're in and the woman you're with? Yeah.
And some relationships, that's all that the relationship has.
Yeah.
So
but I mean, from what he says, it sounds like they have a really good, strong relationship other than... Well, that's what he says. That's what he says.
He said that in one sentence. That entire thing.
That's true.
The entire thing focused on the lack of sex and the birth control.
He's more concerned about sex than he is about anything else.
And I mean,
if
they're
that's
still...
seriously his major focus, then...
And they're relatively young. They're still in their late 20s, but still.
So if that's really something that's important to him, then he needs to find somebody else, because that's obviously not important to her. And if you try to tell her, well, if I don't get sex, then
don't ever go to an ultimatum.
Then she's gonna either have sex with you and not want to and resent you for it, or
don't ever go to an ultimatum. It just never works the way you want it to.
This is an Am I the Asshole, but this is just interesting. I'm not gonna read the title. I'm just gonna read it. My baby's name is Avila, Avila. My brother-in-law says he will be refusing to call her by her name because it's the last name of a guy his ex cheated on him with, ending their multi-year relationship. He said he's going to call her Ava, which is not her actual name. Brother-in-law is 26 and hasn't had a long-term relationship since. Am I the asshole for thinking this is entitled and rude to tell me this? My mother-in-law seems to be on his side on wanting me to change the name of the baby.
What?
As she spread the word that Avila is a surname out in New Mexico where baby will be living. Grandma in New Mexico didn't even realize it was a surname until mother-in-law told her. Husband from New Mexico didn't know it was a surname either. Husband loves the name and doesn't care what anybody else thinks. Brother-in-law first argued strongly that it was a surname before admitting the real reason he hated the name. Grandpa in Arizona also told my husband that Avila is too difficult to pronounce. What will other kids at school be thinking? Baby is named after Saint Teresa of Avila, even though it's the city she's from. To name a baby after a city seems fine and not the issue at all. There's the name Florence, for example. What?
What?
That's a
lot.
And the mother-in-law wants them to change the name of the baby because the brother-in-law is offended by it?
She's probably the brother-in-law's mother.
Well, yeah, but still.
Her baby boy is sad, so you should change the name so baby boy isn't sad. I think baby boy is baby a little bit too much. That's ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous.
Wow.
That's super ridiculous.
Wow. At least Reddit is not being ridiculous. And they're like, wow, that is something special.
That's a lot. I have nothing to say to that.
I read the title and was like, this could just, this is ridiculous.
Do you know when you're driving your car and you get in like mud or you get on ice and just that one wheel is spinning and you can't get any traction? That's what my brain is doing.
It's just like,
there's just one wheel spinning and trying to make something out of it. I, male 26, live with my friend, male 26.
Okay.
We're roommates. Last year, his girlfriend, female 24, moved in with us. I'd say that during this time, me and her have also become good friends as well. The three of us have a good friendship and we don't have major issues with our living situation. So, the thing is that she's pregnant now. She's 7 months along now. She had her baby shower yesterday. Last week, I went to a baby store to buy a gift for the baby. There were a lot of cute clothes and things, not just for babies, but also maternity clothes / pillows and stuff like that. So I bought a gift for the baby and saw a cute nightie that's pink and had some lace around the edges. And I thought it was cute because in the front, it has a drawing of a baby sleeping on a cloud and says, "Shh, baby sleeping."
Aww.
I don't know. I saw it and I thought it was something cute. So I bought that as well to gift it to her. I gifted to her at the baby shower. Not a big deal. She made a joke about modeling the pajamas for me the next morning while she was making cereal for breakfast. At the time, my friend laughed as well. He also agreed that the drawing was cute. However, yesterday he told me I was kind of off for gifting his girlfriend sexy lingerie. I mean, the dress does have some lace on it and it's short, but that's not why I bought it. I got it for her because I thought it was cute. Just that. He said that's fair, but that it was weird that it had such a deep neckline, like I want to see her boobs. I told him what the lady at the store told me, that it was was like that to make breastfeeding more accessible. Still, he was upset and told me that I'm overstepping boundaries.
No.
He's upset with me.
No.
My theory is that maybe someone else, maybe someone from his family, may have told him something, like implied that I'm trying to steal his girl or something. But almost everyone is saying that I'm in the wrong here. Is that really so?
No, he got her a cute present.
It's the intent, you know? He's like, oh, this is cute. I'm going to get it for her.
And
I don't
how
understand.
many times do people get like babies gifts and never get like the mama gifts? And I think that's really sweet that he thought to like get her a gift too. And it would be something she'd be comfortable in. It had a cute drawing on it. And all women's clothing have deep necks. Like you can't tell me like you're going to... And that does make sense that it would be easier to...
That doesn't make sense.
Why?
It does not make sense because it's a maternity shirt. So the baby's in. It doesn't need to breastfeed yet. But how do you know how deep that neckline is until it's on someone?
Yeah, you don't have any idea.
Exactly.
No.
He wasn't thinking about that at all.
No, the boyfriend's making a bigger deal out of it.
Yeah, and I think he's right. I think somebody probably said something to the boyfriend like, why is he buying her?
Yeah, I think that somebody made a comment and then it got in the boyfriend's head because it doesn't sound like there's been any interest in the, like, he knows that's his girlfriend. He refers to him as his friend's girlfriend. Like, there's no indication that he has any interest in her other than being his friend.
The top comment has a really good point.
Okay.
They said if it didn't have the baby drawing on it, you might be. But I'm going to go with not the asshole because I think it's crazy that something with a picture of a baby on it could be considered sexy.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that. Yeah. That's not.
No, I agree. If he was just buying her sexy lingerie.
If he's just buying her random lingerie.
Okay. Unless, like, if he went because people do that for, like, bridal showers and stuff. Like, if they're going to be engaged and she has, like, a joint bridal shower, he could do something like that if he wanted to. Maybe. It's still a little weird, but it's a baby. Like, he's getting her a present because she's pregnant. Yeah. Like, get over yourself, people.
Something's shifty behind there.
But not the guy that gave the present.
I don't think anybody's an asshole. Nobody's an asshole.
No, because it doesn't sound like the boyfriend got, like, nasty about it. He was just, like, kind of questioning, like,
he's like,
But it's because somebody put the thought in his head, and now he's, like, trying to make sure that, trying to get an idea of what's going on. I asked my girlfriend to be my Valentine, and her response shocked me. Today I tidied up my whole apartment, drove to Dollar Tree, bought her a cute bag and a balloon and a chocolate rose with a bunch of candy, and I asked my girlfriend to be my Valentine. I wanted it to be simple because I was planning something very nice for Valentine's Day. Her response shocked me. She smiled, and then 3 minutes later I noticed her very quiet. I kept asking what's wrong, and she finally spoke out and went off, saying that this is bullshit, I don't love her or care about her, that I put zero effort into it. If I did a simple note or craft something, it would have been more than enough. That I just went to the dollar store, bought a bunch of random shit, put it in a bag. And that I think she's some cheap-ass girl to do that. She has never, ever been a materialistic girl. This caught me completely by surprise. I bought her things over $500 many times before and always try to spoil her. She didn't even take the balloons or candy home. She also knows this is a hard time for me, not just financially, but mentally. I stayed quiet and apologized, but I'm breaking inside. What should I do?
You've bought stuff for her over $500 before, but she's not materialistic. But this time you didn't, and she's upset.
Okay.
But she's not materialistic.
First of all, yeah, buying something $500 or more for her doesn't make her materialistic. But the fact, because if you just buy somebody presents, that doesn't make her materialistic. No. But the fact that she's freaking out now saying that he's cheap, yeah, she's materialistic. It just makes me mad. She makes me real mad. Because he did something cute and nice and thoughtful. He did something nice for his girlfriend. He does not owe her apology. Nope. She owes him a huge apology.
Girlfriend?
Yes.
Are you upset?
I am a little bit.
I might have my Valentine here.
Yeah, it's not me. It's the little gizzard. This is a random comment, but I'm sorry to be a creep, but I read over your other posts and I just wanted to tell you, between this and the other stuff that you've posted, this girl does not want to be with you. She's not serious about you. She's playing with you and keeping you around just because. You need to dump her in the dumpster and move on with your life.
Whoa.
You seem like a sweet guy, and I'm sure you'll easily find a nice girl who will be thrilled at having you do these things for them. And then somebody else responded, I just read the original poster's other posts and holy shit, things are just getting worse for him. Right? It's completely toxic. I feel so bad for him. So apparently this girl's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm not going to do a deep dive into his profile.
No, I'm not going to do a deep dive into the profile, but just his initial post tells me that she's not necessarily right for him because you need somebody that's going to appreciate the efforts you do put into the relationship. And it sounds like he was being really cute. I don't get presents for Valentine's Day.
Because you're not a Valentine.
He says as he strokes his Valentine because
that sounds so
it does
wrong.
Sound really wrong.
That sounds
But you're petting Gizzard
dirty.
as you're saying because you're not my Valentine. How rude.
What do you say? Do you see anything good there, Gizzard? Do you see anything good?
Oh, I think she found one.
Oh, she did. Okay, this is the one.
She rubbed against his phone and picked one.
This is the one that Gizzard picked.
Okay.
So apologies in advance.
Gizzard, what did you pick?
I, 20 female, have never really got along with my fiance, 21 males.
Fiance. Sorry, I liked how you said it. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Now I'm not up in my head at all. I, 20 female, have never really got along with my fiance, 21 male's mum. I'll call her Fiona. She's always been very cutting and passive aggressive with me, and I always feel very awkward in her presence. However, she has a pattern of ruining people's special days. My fiance, and I attended one of his cousin's weddings last summer, and Fiona was there. She got so drunk at the party to the point where she was throwing up, passing out, starting arguments with people, and she even spilt red wine over one of the bridesmaids.
Oh my God.
A few months before that, it was my mom's birthday, and she invited my fiance and Fiona, as well as a few more of our family members. We went to a pretty nice restaurant, and the whole time, Fiona made a scene about how gross the food was. Her drinks weren't made correctly, her feet hurt in her shoes. It got to the point where the manager actually had to ask her to leave, and it just ruined the whole night.
Holy shit.
Myself and my fiance have been saving up for our wedding before we were even engaged. We have everything planned out, and this wedding is going to be pretty expensive, and I will not have someone ruining the day that's supposed to be the best day of my life. I don't want any part of her childish drama.
Ooh.
My fiance agrees with my decision. However, when I told Fiona this, she started shouting and crying, saying that she has the right to see her baby get married.
Nope.
Am I the asshole? Should I just let her come to the wedding and run the risk of her ruining the day?
Nope.
I don't know what to do here. Well,
nope.
You shouldn't have told her, because now that bitch gonna show up.
True.
Not the asshole.
No, not even a little bit.
No,
you absolutely have.
She's got a track record.
Again, you have any right to invite whomever you want or don't want to your wedding.
She obviously has a track record. Your fiance is totally on board with you about it.
Yeah, her
so
fiance
between the two of you.
Yeah.
It's your decision between the two of you, and if both of you are like, yeah, no, then that's where you're at.
Yeah.
But yeah, she has a track record of doing it. You shouldn't have told her because she's going to show up.
So you're going to have bouncers at your wedding, which is weird, but spend a little bit more money, have bouncers, don't let her in.
Yeah.
She's going to cause a scene, but Gizzard, that was a good pick,
That was a good pick. Top comment is not the asshole, but it was not your place to tell it. Your fiance should have done that.
Yeah, no, I agree. But she still would show up even if...
But still,
I don't know. Is it really... They're getting married. She's going to be her mother-in-law soon. I don't know. I don't think it matters who tells her. Just tell her no. Yeah. Or you should... I mean, she could tell whoever she wanted that she doesn't want them at her wedding. It's her wedding.
She has a right to see her baby get married.
That's such bullshit.
1, nope.
Yep.
2, she can wait for the movie. Even better, have security at the venue when she shows up, escort her out.
Yep.
But more importantly, a lot of people are saying...
when people play it's my baby, though.
A lot of people...
You're toxic.
Okay,
they don't want you there.
A lot of people are agreeing to some kind of bouncer. They said, get a wedding planner who will bounce anybody that you ask them to, because apparently wedding planner will do that. But a lot of people are saying that too, so yay on us for that. But a lot of people are saying that the fiance should have dealt with her, and I'm kind of agreeing.
I mean,
I think it would have been easier.
It would have been easier coming from her son than her daughter-in-law, because she could think that her daughter-in-law's bully.
Not daughter-in-law.
Well, soon.
That's but soon. But still, it's like, Mom,
she can fight. Yeah, But see, I can also see it from the perspective of the son who might not want to be the one that has to tell his mom, whether he agrees or not.
Man up. If you agree, man up.
Well, no, I agree with that too. But I'm just saying, I can kind of understand both situations. But regardless, it's their wedding, and they can let or not let anyone they want there, which we said last week in one of the ones we did.
Yeah, that's a pretty good pick, Gizzard.
That was a good pick. Okay. I, 25 male, accidentally threw my ex-girlfriend's bra at my girlfriend.
Oh!
Today took an unexpected turn while I was cleaning out the closet.
Yeah, it did.
I found a bra in my drawer, and thinking it was just a playful moment, I tossed it at my girlfriend, assuming it belonged to her. But the moment it landed on her, the atmosphere shifted dramatically.
I bet.
She immediately protested, saying it wasn't hers. In a mix of confusion and disbelief, I insisted it was, not fully grasping the situation. She clarified that that's not her bra size. Trying to salvage the moment and lighten the mood, I acknowledged her point and tried to turn the situation into a joke. Unfortunately, my attempt backfired. She didn't find it amusing. Instead, she left the apartment and now silence. She's not responding to any of my text messages. Looking back, I realize how my actions could have been interpreted and the discomfort it caused her, as she is insecure about her bra size. I'm now reflecting on the whole incident and seeking advice on how to navigate this delicate situation. How can I apologize in a way that genuinely conveys my remorse and reassures her of my respect for her feelings? I'm at a loss and would appreciate any guidance from the community. They've been together for a year.
I hate it when those light-hearted joking moments backfire like that. It's not his fault.
It's not his fault, but I guarantee you the first thought that comes to her mind is he cheated on her.
Yeah,
because why else would he randomly have his bra in his closet?
Maybe. I'm seeing it more as because he said that she is
insecure about her bra size.
About her bra size. So if she's like an A cup and he threw a C cup at her and is kind of reminding her, she's already insecure about her bra size.
Reminding her that he's been with somebody with bigger boobs and likes them. That's
something that she can't give him that the ex did. You know, something like that.
Maybe, yeah.
Like I'm reaching, maybe I'm not. But
I feel bad for them both. I feel really bad for her. That sucks. I feel really bad for him because he totally didn't mean it. He thought he was just being silly.
And whenever I say
it does happen.
Yeah, whenever I say that I hate it whenever lighthearted moments take a turn like that, I'm not blaming anybody for it taking a turn. It just happens.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you just stick your foot in your mouth so hard, or in this case, you put the bra in your mouth way too hard and just everything goes sideways. And it's nobody's fault. It just sometimes the joke lands incorrectly or something.
A lot of people are going down the cheating route though. A year and you just found a bra from your ex.
It's a dude.
Red flag.
No, it's a dude in his closet. It's probably been in there. He probably hasn't touched it in a year. I got clothes in the back of my closet that haven't been touched in a year.
Do you have a random? Well, even if you had a bra, it would be mine.
It would be yours. Exactly.
Did it smell musty and have dust on it? Was it crunchy? Because people are saying like he's had it for a year.
Everybody's jumping to conclusions on cheating.
Yeah, everybody. Well, not everybody, because then this person says, this actually happened to me like 6 months into my relationship. His ex's bra got lost underneath his bed and we discovered it while we were cleaning. If there's enough trust in your relationship and it's a good and healthy relationship, it's very easy to brush it off because let's be honest, probably half of the underwear I own at his house. And if we broke up, I wouldn't be surprised if some of it got lost there and it was forgotten about and not gotten rid of. Yeah. I think the main issue here is how he dealt with it. Like, even if she fully trusts him that he isn't going to cheat on her, suggesting that he thinks the first thing she's going to think about is her bra size is enough in itself to be upset, an honest mistake or not.
Wait, what?
Suggesting that he thinks the first thing she's going to think about is her bra size is enough in itself to be upset. Honest mistake or not. See, but you went that route exactly too.
Exactly. So I was going to say, if the first place his brain goes is
she's going to worry about
her bra size, then there's no cheating involved.
No, yes. But then it's saying that if that's where he thinks her brain's going to go immediately, then is he thinking about the bra size is what they're saying.
Maybe, but that's beside the point. But the first place, no. A little bit of insight into the dude's brains.
Okay.
If his first thought isn't that, like your first thought.
Oh no, she's gonna think I'm cheating.
He's not cheating
because he would that wouldn't even have crossed his mind because he's not cheating. Yeah.
Like they're right at the point, but still missing it.
No, I got.
If the first thing his brain went to was insecurity about her bra size, and he's focused on how small her boobs are. If that's even half true, then the fact that the first thing his mind went to wasn't that she's going to think that he's cheating on her.
Probably not cheating.
He's probably not cheating on her.
I don't know.
If he was trying to cover up cheating, why would he go to...
No, I'm not cheating. I'm just saying now, like, is he unhappy with her boob size? Because if his brain, you know what I mean? So that's another thing then. So this is just a clusterfuck of...
But this goes back to the other thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he is insecure or unhappy with her boob size, because it goes back to the dead bedroom thing. Is that a deal breaker?
Yeah, no,
does everything else make up for it?
He obviously wants to make amends with her. Yeah. So how does he make amends with her?
It sounds like he has kind of like made himself available and known that, like, hey, what's going on? Can we talk about this? It's kind of in her ballpark now. Okay. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, he tried talking to her and she's doing the silent treatment. I mean, he can only do so much. She might just
need some time to cool off. That had to be hurtful.
Yeah,
for her.
He can only do so much without any reciprocation of whatsoever. My husband, 40 male, is really into tech, and it's probably his number one bonding thing with my son, 10 male. They repair and fix their own computers together, go shopping for parts, etc. The only thing I don't like about this hobby is the fact that he buys things like he's a tester. He bought all the Meta VR sets that he eventually gave to my son and daughter to see whether he liked it or not. And spoiler, he only liked the second and third meta sets. He also gets the newest iPhone and Samsung every 3 years, which I won't complain about since that means a free phone for me every 3 years. Well, if you don't know, Apple released their VR thing, and my husband had a verbal celebration toward me about how he wants to buy it. A verbal celebration?
Who knows?
And test it out and stuff.
English is not their first language.
It's not their strong point. I saw the price tag of $3,500 and my brain went into nah mode. He was talking about the Vision Pro. Yeah, the Vision Pro just came out this week. Turns out he already put a demo reservation at the Grove on Friday, and the demo is on Monday. Now, a demo doesn't cost anything.
Okay.
You can sign up for a demo at an Apple store, and you go into the Apple store and you do the demo. So the demo doesn't cost anything. But he's got the demo on Monday.
Well, he's allowed to do that.
He told me he's calling out of work. He's calling off of work to test and taking my son out of school for it. I called him an idiot on account of doing that. It slipped out kind of, and I didn't mean to call him that. He stopped talking and he left the room to talk to someone who actually cares. I feel bad and my husband is still mad about it, but I actually didn't mean to call him that.
No, he's kind of an idiot.
Yeah, he's kind of an idiot.
Idiot might not have been... Okay, it depends on if I looked at you and went, no, you're being an idiot, you would have known what I meant. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know that I would actually call you an idiot. I'd just tell you were being ridiculous. I would say you were being ridiculous. No. I don't care how much you like technology. I don't care how wonderful things are. First of all, if you're going to spend $3,500, which this isn't even about the $3,500 yet, but if you're going to spend $3,500 on something, you need to make sure that your partner is okay with spending that amount, especially if it's your joint money and not just his personal money. I'm assuming it's joint money. You do not take your child out of school without your significant other's permission.
Well, it doesn't sound like a your child. It sounds like a her child.
Well, let's even say that it's their child.
Okay, let's say it's their child.
Let's say that it's their child, because I don't know. Maybe she's just, because English obviously wasn't her first language. Let's just assume that it's their child. You don't take your child out of school
for a tech demo.
First of all, without discussing it with your significant other. But second of all, that just no. He is completely in the wrong. If he wants to take off work to go and do this, fine. Do I love the idea? No. Can they handle it financially? If they can, sure, you have personal days. Take the day off if that's something you're interested in. But you're not taking our child out of school to go to this demo thing. No. Unless you have her permission. If she's okay with it and she's like, whatever. Okay, maybe. But she obviously isn't happy about it. So no, you can't just randomly take your kid out of school.
Okay, so you're focused on taking the kid out of school thing, which makes sense. Bopping around. She keeps saying that calling him an idiot was an accident. No,
calling him own it. You called him an idiot because he did an idiotic thing. It's okay.
Okay.
Maybe not the best word choice. Own what you said. Maybe you didn't mean for that exact word, but he did something stupid.
One clarifying thing. Her husband is anesthesiologist, and they have their finances set up that they have joint money to cover bills, and they have their own money for toys and stuff.
Okay.
So this would be coming out of his own money for toys
Okay,
and
so
stuff.
he can totally buy it if he wants.
But he's not even buying it yet.
No.
It just has a demo set up.
The whole issue is him taking off work and taking their son out of school.
I'm surprised a lot of people are saying that she's the asshole.
What? No, absolutely not.
Why continue saying it was an accident? You called him a name whether or not you did it by accident, and honestly, I don't think it was an accident. Calling him an idiot isn't constructive. There's quite a few people saying that she's the asshole.
Should she have called him an idiot? No. But what he did was foolish and stupid. What he did was stupid.
Yeah.
Again, this is probably
she said
not...
It is his kid, so it's their kid.
Okay.
But she still should have talked to him. Yeah, you're the asshole. Stop trying to control how he spends his own money, especially when it isn't affecting any of you financially. Let him have his hobby, and if he wants to include your son in on that hobby, then that shouldn't be such a huge problem either. But he should have talked to her first.
He should not make the decision to take the child out of school without getting the okay with the mom. You can't just take your kid out of school for no reason, for some stupid technology thing. You cannot do that.
You're the asshole. You did, in fact, call him an idiot, so you are guilty of that. I would suggest you settle down and compose your thoughts and then apologize for calling him an idiot. Perhaps talk about why you got so hot so quickly there. You were stressed about the expense? Were you upset he didn't communicate plan with you before the hand? If something like that did trigger this attitude, it's blah, 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 blah. I think it's
because they're another...
You're the asshole. If you're in a financially secure enough position and it's your husband and son's passion, then who are you to knock it?
Nope.
I don't think...
I think you have the
focus correct. I think you have the focus correct, and they're missing the point.
She called him an idiot because he was going to take a day off of work and take their son out of school to go to a demo for a thing. It has nothing to do with him buying it. Yeah, it was like, wow, that's a lot of money, but it's his money. She called him an idiot because he was like, I'm taking off work and I'm taking our kid out of school.
He told me he's calling off of work to test and taking my son out of school for it.
And she called him an idiot.
He didn't ask her.
No, he told her.
He told her this is what I'm doing.
He's taking off of work and he's taking their kid out of school for the test. He is an idiot. You don't just do that. He can take whatever time he wants off of work on his own and doesn't have to get the okay from her. But you can't take a kid out of school without...
It doesn't seem...
Maybe idiot was a wrong choice of words. Yeah. Maybe like it was kind of disrespectful. In the grand scheme of things, she's not in the wrong for being upset.
It's one of those things. $3,500 for the Apple Vision Pro is a lot of money.
That's a lot
of
money.
And her brain went into nah mode, but she never said that she wouldn't let him.
No, she didn't say he could. She just said, no, man, that's a lot of money. Like, I wouldn't... If you said, if you have your own money and if you said, I'm going to buy this thing for $3,500, I'm going to be like, okay, but let's think about this for a second. That's a lot of money.
You'd probably say, okay, but you're an idiot.
Probably. But I mean, I would say it in a funny way. Like, I would never like strictly call you like...
$3,500 on a VR headset, you're probably calling me an idiot. Yeah.
It's dumb.
Yeah, that's calling me an idiot, same thing. But
no,
that doesn't seem to be the issue.
If it was your passion, it was something you really enjoyed, I wouldn't call you an idiot. I'd just be like, let's think about this for a second. You have another VR set. You don't use it very often. Do you really need another one? Especially one that's $3,500.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to be the point, though.
No, that's not the point.
But that's what everybody seems to be focusing on. Everybody seems to be saying that she's an asshole for calling him an idiot for spending $3,500 of his own money, but that's not what the point is.
That's not what her problem is.
The problem is that he took their kid out of school without asking her. He
without
told
even,
her that he
told her he was going to.
He already has the appointment made. He's taken off work. He's pulling the kid out of school, and he's just telling her about all this.
Yeah, no, he's an idiot for that. Yeah. She has every right to call him an idiot. He's an idiot for that. Who thinks that you can just do that? No.
I think everybody is.
I think everybody else is wrong, and I am correct. So
that sounds about right. Yes.
Gizzard agrees.
Gizzard
popped her head up and looked at me and winked. So that means Gizmo agrees with me. So I am correct. They are wrong. 30 male. My 30 female girlfriend got drunk at a work meeting.
At a work meeting?
A few weeks ago, my girlfriend of 4 months went out to dinner with her current boss and her ex-boss. The ex-boss is apparently a millionaire. I only know this because she called me later that night drunk and was like practically bragging about this dude, how he owns so-and-so companies, his future business plans, etc. She said it was just a formal meeting, but the thing that bothers me is she got drunk with two men I've never met. She tried to reassure me nothing happened by expressing about how she was texting me the whole time, and she started sharing her location with me that night, which she had never done before. When she got home to her place, I called her and said how it wasn't cool that she drove home through the city being that drunk, and also that she was drinking with two guys I've never met. She started crying and telling me how she would never do anything to ruin our relationship and that neither of them tried anything, etc. So I said okay and left it alone. Earlier, I noticed she's not following her ex-boss on Instagram anymore, and he also isn't following her anymore. I've had a weird gut feeling ever since that night. Her behavior is normal, but for some reason, I feel like something happened. She hasn't mentioned him or that night since. Neither have I, but I feel like something is up after I saw that they aren't following each other on Instagram anymore. What do you think? Well, there are two things that it could be.
What are the two things?
She knows that her boyfriend was upset that she was out with two guys and got drunk, even though they were a boss and an ex-boss. Mm-hmm. And so she unfollowed the guy and told him that he had to unfollow, or she blocked him, which made him then unfollow her because she was trying to prove to her boyfriend that this guy didn't mean anything, which is what I'm going to go with because I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
The only other option is something happened and they tried to break it off, so they unfollowed each other. But I'm more willing to bet the first.
Okay. Based on?
She knew her boyfriend was worried, so she shared her location with him so he could know where she was. She called him she texted him throughout the whole evening. If you're cheating on somebody, you're not going to be that responsive.
I feel like possibly there was a question in her mind. Maybe not a question in her mind. Maybe, how do I want to say this? The possibility of something may have occurred to her. So she set up kind of like a safety net.
See, I don't think.
I might be reaching here. I know I might be reaching here, but he also said that she had never done something like that before, and it sounds like she did it of her own volition. Like he didn't prompt her to do it at all. I don't know. There's a whole lot of never done anything like this before that makes me curious if I don't know, what are people saying about it? I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Well, this is the one that I am going to... So somebody said, so she came home telling you nothing happened. She texted you the whole time, showing you where she was with her millionaire boss, being emotional, even though you never asked, and you have a bad feeling, but you can't prove anything. Do I understand this correctly? And the original poster said, correct. It was just so out of character for her. She never goes out. She works, goes home to her apartment. We've only recently been dating since late last year, so we do not live together currently. It just stung that she bragged about this guy and his accomplishments for 20 minutes while on the phone with me on her way home. I thought the later crying spell was guilt-induced because maybe she had kissed him. And when I asked if either of them tried anything, she told me no and to stop imagining things. I've never met either of these men, so I wasn't thrilled with the fact my girlfriend drinking with them. Okay, before I finish reading the next thing, this is very out of character for her. She doesn't go out drinking. She went out with 2 guys. She probably felt embarrassed when she woke up the next day and realized that she was drunk, telling her, bragging about this guy to her boyfriend. Probably feels bad about it. Feels like an idiot because she got drunk. And so she blocked the dude and, Okay, so this person says, so I suspect that she can't handle her drink and made a tit of herself and is embarrassed. Nothing here suggests that she cheated on you. However, drinking and driving is unacceptable, and that alone would be a deal breaker for me.
That's a little much, but okay.
A lot of people say that the biggest red flag here is that she drove home drunk, which is true. She should have had somebody else, she should have had him come pick her up or something. You've mentioned several times that one of the big sins is her drinking with men you've never met. If she knows this is an issue for you, she may have also been just going overboard to show you that she was truly trustworthy. Basically, you can choose to trust her or choose to not trust her, but being suspicious of her will kill your relationship.
Yeah.
Decide how you feel and move on. You can't change the past, and she can't either. Either she's completely innocent or she's guilty and lying to you. You're going to have to decide to trust her or not.
Yeah, that's pretty much where it's at, yeah. Because, you and I started going with, what if it was this, what if it was that, what was it? I mean, you can come up with 8 million possible scenarios that are nefarious that could have went down or whatnot, but it all comes down to if you trust her or not.
Yeah, it all comes down to if you trust her or not. If you trust her, and we don't know, we weren't there, we don't know her, who knows? But yeah, it basically all boils down to, can you get past this? Do you trust her? If you don't trust her, you can't get past it, and you're always going to think she cheated, then you're killing your relationship right now. Because even if you try to continue it, it's always going to be in the back of your mind, and you're always going to bring it up, which is going to cause fights. And you've killed your relationship. So can you let it go? Do you trust her or not?
Yeah, long and short of it.
She looks so cute.
Do you trust Gizzard or not?
I do.
Even though she steals your boyfriend on a regular?
On the regular.
There, she's sharp again. She needs trimmed again.
You need trimmed again, little girl. Yeah. Oh my God, that little face. Oh, you should see it. She looks so cute. All right. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
Yes, and hopefully this is a little more upbeat than last week.
Yeah, hopefully a little more upbeat. Yeah. Hopefully better. Would you have given the same advice that we did?
Yeah.
What do you feel about it? What do you think?
How do you feel about it?
How do you feel about the little gizzard cat stealing my boyfriend and being
all the time
his Valentine?
Yep, every year for the past 5 years. 6 years.
Yeah.
This will be 6 years.
This will be 6 years this year. So for the last 6 years, I haven't had a Valentine. Bubs and Finnegan will be my Valentines.
Yes.
Yay.
Yay. Yay. All right. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for hanging out.
And we will see you next time.
Bye. Bye. Sorry, she's so cute.
She is good.
Bye.